Howdy, my name is Luis Garcia. I'm the current SAE President for this year. In the past, I have been a part of the Formula SAE internal combustion team, my senior year in mechanical engineering, and this past year I was the founding project manager for Formula Electric. Within those times, I had a lot of great experiences. It's really built me to the engineer I've been today. As far as my background, I'm current master's student in mechanical engineering, currently pursuing a thesis in rotor dynamics. Undergrad, I did mechanical engineering with a minor in electrical engineering. And now, as SAE President, what I do is oversee all of the project teams that we have at our university, and ensure that all of our engineers have the same opportunities that I did, as well as even more. So that way they're able to grow and have better lives whenever they transition into the industry. I coordinate a lot of sponsor meetings in which I'm able to bring out industry professionals to our team members, and that way they're able to make those connections as well as build their resumes, build their futures. Of course, coordinate events and make sure everyone has the necessary resources that they need.
Can you tell us a little bit about the difference between IC and EV?
Yeah, so of course, right off the bat, the main difference is for internal combustion, you're utilizing a dirt bike engine. The power requirement is that it's up to 700 cc's. For Formula Electric, you're utilizing an electric motor paired with, of course, high voltage cells, high voltage battery pack. The main difference is that with Formula Electric, given the electrical aspect, there's a lot more nuances that are within the competition that are easy to overlook. And if you're not careful, they could creep up on you at the end. Going to tech inspection with electrical components, there's a lot more safety requirements. You have to be on your toes, be on the lookout for all those roles.
When you were a project manager, what was the hardest part when you were for EV?
Yeah, I'd say the most difficult part of being a project manager is always, of course, being able to manage all the members within your team and making sure they're working as efficiently as possible. And with that, you need to have certain aspects of certain skills in regards to empathy, in regards to coordination, timeline, priorities, stuff like that, to make sure that you're evoking the best out of all of your engineers. Some of the things that you may do be like, if you're seeing something's in a tough situation, being able to talk things through, not necessarily just point blame right off the bat, because there is hardship throughout the year. And if we're able to maneuver past that and have others pick up slack in certain weeks, that's always the best way to go about things and keep the team morale high.
So what are some unique aspects about the TAMU SAE program that makes it different from other schools?
I'd say one of the biggest differences at Texas A&M is that a lot of our project teams are application-based. And with that breeds a lot of competition, and we gain a higher quality engineers whenever we have those applicants. And with that, we're able to not spread the load per se, and a lot of our engineers are able to do more on the car, get more of that design aspect, manufacturing aspect when it comes to constructing the vehicle, in which other universities across the globe may have teams up to 100 members, and they're not necessarily able to work on the car in the fullest of their capabilities. Aside from that, we're a very large organization compared to other universities. We have plenty of opportunities. You don't even have to be a part of a project team to be involved within SAE to still learn.
What advice do you have for an engineer that wants to join SAE or is thinking about it?
Yeah, for sure. Since it is very competitive, of course, the main thing is trying to expand your curiosities past the classroom. Don't necessarily focus on schoolwork. Try to do either personal projects, join other organizations, whether it be a social org and also academic org, just so that way you're able to get a sense for having to prioritize certain things throughout your day and making sure you're able to account for that in the future whenever it does come time to join a project team, because these are very time consuming. So if you're able to manage your time properly, that's always going to give you a huge step up. And of course, don't letting any rejections hurt you. Since we're very competitive, you might not necessarily get in your first try. However, we do have developmental programs within SAE in which you're able to take advantage of as long as you're a member and pay your dues, which is only $10 for the year. With that, with our development program, we have previous alumni from project teams in which you're able to learn the fundamentals and eliminate that steep learning curve at the beginning of these project design cycles. And aside from that, we have 12-man garage, so you could just get acquainted to any automotive components on vehicles that you see every day.
What are some specific attributes that you notice that the engineers leave SAE with?
The biggest thing that you'll see is our engineers have that sense of confidence Of course, going into your first engineering design cycle or engineering project, it's very difficult to be sure of yourself when it comes to designing certain components. And throughout this program, the amount of times you're able to fail and learn from those mistakes always helps our engineers gain the confidence that they need in the future and carry it on into industry.
What is your favorite part about SAE?
I'd say my favorite part is the team culture, or the fact that you're able to spend so much time with a group of people. These guys are basically your second family. You're in the shop pretty much 6-8 hours a day with these guys. You see them more than your family sometimes. You get to spend a lot of great times with them. There's going to be a lot of laughs, and with that, you're going to carry these connections throughout the future, whether it be in industry or any other endeavors that you have.
What are your expectations for this season?
I say for the future, we're continually expanding. We recently just added a solar car team under SAE. In the future, I sense we're going to add another developmental program in order for young engineers to have more opportunities within SAE, because we feel that the more we could expand our program, the better it's going to be for A&M in general, because we're going to be able to breed more world-class engineers in the future for industry.
Is there anything that you want others to know about SAE?
There's one thing I want someone to know going into SAE. You don't necessarily need experience to strive within the program itself. All you need is that drive, that passion, and that willingness to learn. And if you're able to pick up things very quickly, you're always going to thrive in this organization. It's not all about certain members coming in with experience from previous years. You could come in, hit the ground running, and you could end up outperforming them at the end of the year. All it takes is just committing yourself to the program. And what we always say is you're able to get out what you put in. I'd say that's the one thing. Keep that in mind.